Ladies and gentlemen, welcome another evening to the eSeniors. My name is Juan Antonio Jimenez, as you know, looking damn sexy. And my friends, today, last stop here at the Summer Championship. And fortunately and unfortunately, both, we have somebody else here in the booth with us. I wish he was on the track, because he's one of the big contenders for the championship, but due to medical issues, he's going to be staying here in the booth, and it's an absolute pleasure to have him here. It's been a while. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who's accompanying me tonight, Mark Pocock. Welcome, Mark. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Juan. Thanks for the fantastic introduction. Yes, I'm gutted I can't race today. I'm only 4 points behind Jonathan Wood, at second place in the table. Unfortunately, I ended up with a bit of an injury to my right arm, and it's unable to allow me to race. So I'm going to be out of action probably for another couple of days at least, and then hopefully I can be back on the track as soon as possible. But you know, at the end of the day, these things happen. If you're not fit to race, you can't go on track. So it's you know, it's one of them things. But I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to see you back on track. But of course, as I told you before we started things off, first and foremost is health, and you know, the new season is coming on October. We'll talk a bit about that as we go on the race session. But yeah, man, we just want you to get healed up quickly and safely, and then you can go back on track and rock and roll. Because let me tell you, man, you've been one of the biggest improvements throughout the whole year, man. I remember when I started on the eSeniors, which was actually the 4th of September of last year. Tomorrow is my anniversary with all of you. So I hope you buy me gifts, and we have some lovely time somewhere. We'll leave it there. But let me tell you, man, from when I came in to now, you have improved so much. Man, you're getting at the top of the top, and we cannot wait to see you back on track, man.
Well, you know, it's one of these. It's you know, some people refer to it as a game. Some people refer to it as a sim. The more you do something, you should hopefully improve. And I have put effort into it. I wouldn't say I've put as much effort as some of the drivers. But you know, sometimes things click. And at one point at Silverstone, something clicked, and it allowed me to change my style of driving, which overall probably has improved my times by a good second. And it allowed me to move from mid-table to, you know, the upper tops of the table. Still guys much quicker than me, I fully understand that, but it's nice now knowing the fact that I can battle with the likes of Rogers, Wood, Bird, you know, the likes of Holmes, Powanov. I could read names and names and names for fun, but it's just nice being able to be racing with them fast guys rather than just someone who's watching them disappear for, you know, from my bonnet cam, because obviously that caused the giggle as well, the fact that I use the bonnet cam. If there's ever time, I will explain the reasoning behind that, but you know, we are where we are with this. But yeah, I think it's been a pleasure having you with us as well on this journey as well, Juan. You know, from when you first joined us, which is obviously anniversary coming up tomorrow. I think we've learnt a lot about each other, not just each other as in people, but as the group. And I think you've become quite a good firm favourite now as a commentator for eSeniors. And you know, your name now I think is becoming synonymous with us as a group.
Oh man, you don't make me cry, man. I'm gonna cry in an hour with football. Don't make me cry before that. Thank you so much, man. That means the world to me. And hey, I'll carry the eSeniors flag on my heart, with pleasure and with honor. That's for sure. But Mark, it is time for qualifying now. We see everybody getting out. 15 minutes of qualifying for everybody to get ready. And why don't we talk a little bit about how the standings are looking at the moment? Because you were talking about yourself being on P2. Who holds P3 and P4? Because we know in the lead is Mr. Jonathan Wood. He's looking very promising for getting this championship home.
Yeah, so the table standings, Jonathan Wood obviously is leading by 4 points from myself, who would have been in second place. Third place would have been Derek. Derek's decided to take a summer holiday, so he's going to miss the final race as well. Otherwise, he would have still been in contention. In fourth place, it's Merch Pownov with 258 points. So quite a significant gap. And we were talking about, is there a possibility of Merch catching Jonathan? But I'll explain that afterwards. In fifth place, we've got Mr. Van der Voort, who's become a bit of an Exocet missile. I am looking, and I don't think I can see him on the server, actually. So it looks like Mr. Van der Voort is giving today a miss. which is a shame because he's quite a quick guy. So obviously Jeff's missing off the grid today. Craig Holmes has become very strong towards the end of the season, and he's in 6th place with 223 points. And then we got Mr. Supersonic himself, John Saunders, who didn't race at the start of the season, has joined part way through, but he's on 219 points. And I think it's fair to say any race that guy's in, you tip him to win it. In 8th place, we've had Laszlo Nemeth, who's been the only person I think running the Lexus. Actually, I think there might be one more running the Lexus, but running the Lexus, he's 210. And we've got Neil Bywater, I don't think started straight away again. He's been in the BMW and he's flat on 200 points. So again, I don't think I've seen Neil's name in the standings. Oh yeah, Neil's joined. I've just seen Neil's joined at the bottom of the grid there. Yeah. So we've had a couple of new entries coming in. Peter LaFrance is joined and Neil Bywater. And then run up in 10th place, someone else who I don't think is on the list is Nico Camden. So Nico's a friend of Jonathan's. He's been quite consistent, and he runs up into 10th place with 196. So I was talking about 4th place merch with 258 points. Because of the number of entrants in this race, Jonathan doesn't have to finish the race, because by virtue of him just turning up and starting the race, he's going to acquire a minimum of 12, 13 points. What that means is, regardless of whether Merch wins the race and Jonathan doesn't, Merch cannot catch Jonathan. So it's safe to say Jonathan is the champion. I did state this morning on Discord. So Jonathan's been the champion, and he, to be honest, he's been well deserved. You know, he's had some really good battles. You know, he was a gentleman at Silverstone when he knew I was faster and let me go to try and catch Chris Vaughan. But definitely deserved champion, and I'm sure it'll mean a lot to him actually winning it, because he was so close in the main championship. So I think he'll take quite a lot of reward from that. So yeah, big shout out to Jonathan there.
Yeah, it is going to be his first championship win solo. So man, big props to Jonathan Wood. What a drive he has given us. As I said, really unfortunate we cannot see you on track, because I think it would have been an awesome fight. But we are starting to see some times coming on the board for now. Mark Rogers sets the standard with a 36.205. And as you can see, my friends, everybody getting on to the track and getting their time zone, at least the first attempt. 10:50 on the clock. We go now with Marco Loschgerein. We haven't talked a lot about him, but man, ever since he joined, he has been showing himself to be pretty consistent and quick. And there you see him jumping straight into P3. But already the gaps are massive, only with the 12 people who have set a lap time. John Saunders smashes the time with a 35.7. Holy beat! My God,
we said early on, Juan, didn't we? We were expecting a 135 coming up.
Yeah.
And just a little bit of a mention of Marco. Marco's been with the group now over 12 months. I don't think he classes himself as one of the front runners, and I think he mentioned that this morning on Discord. But I think he's learnt this track really well, and I think the Honda that he's in suits him and his style of driving. And you know, I don't think it's any surprise to see that 3 of the top 5 guys at the moment are running the Honda. Saunders, Marco and Howells, you know, they're all running the Honda, I believe. So consequently, there must be something about that car on this track, because they're all doing really well. The other car that shows well here is the Porsche. I think we're going to see good battles with the Porsche and the Honda, and obviously Wood in the BMW. Don't discount him from getting a good qualifying as well.
Indeed, you know, well, the BMW ever since that 1.8 patch has been the car to beat. It got nerfed, but still, it's so powerful, it's so balanced. Yes, of course, every car is better at, you know, different tracks. But the BMW is so consistent in most of them, and that's something you need to keep in mind. Because, seriously, Wood has been driving this car with ease. He has shown us he can drive it anywhere you put him, and the car just suits his driving style to a T. Perfection when you see Wood driving the BMW. And I don't think he's going to drop it for next season. I think he's just already used to this car, and I think he knows it with a lot of details, so that's going to help massively. There you see him at the moment now, closing in, getting ever close to crossing that line for the third sector to start. Here we go, long right-hander. We are on the updated version of Indianapolis. We need to keep that in mind. This is not the old layout from Indianapolis, but something we need to keep in mind. Man, Mr. Pocock, these curbs are fat. Some of them, man. Really fat.
Yeah, so there's a couple of curbs actually, and when Jonathan gets into the relevant sector, the relevant section, I'll explain where I think we're going to see a couple of cars going off. Obviously, he's coming down the straight now, and another interesting fact: some drivers get the short straight mixed up with the long straight, so watch out for that for your pandemonium shout, where drivers will just go off the short straight thinking it's the long one. So these curbs here aren't too bad. You can get away with quite a lot on them. Obviously, you can't cut track limits too much, and this section of curb here is not bad. When he gets into the final sector, towards the final sector, I'll explain where the curbs will start catching you out, because these are quite generous curbs. They're not steep, they're not harsh, and they're not heavy, and they do allow you to play with the car on the curbs a little bit. But as he's coming through this next sector here, he's obviously going to go onto the little straight. This is quite a difficult bit to get the car over. And you can see there he's flashing somebody. There's obviously somebody in front of him, but again, if that car's also on a flying lap, they're obliged to carry on doing their flying lap. There's no honour system if you're on a qualifying lap here. That curb can catch you out, but it's this one here, the inside curb there. Ooh. See, he lost the back end. You will see cars going off onto the grass there. I'll tell you that now. It seems to be cambered in such a way that if you go too far, it'll cause you to lose traction on the rear and spin. The other thing to be aware of is that corner, if you take it too deep, will give you a puncher. And I know because I've had it 3 times on this track. On the right rear, it will give you a puncher on the right rear, so that's something to watch out for in the race. And as we can see there, Jonathan's parked up, and he's currently running 4th. He's behind Marco here, so Marco's done a good lap time there.
Well, let me tell you, I think we're going to see a lot of pandemonium once the race session starts. And come on, I see 10 people on the stream. Come on, guys and girls. Let us read you in the chat. Smash that like button, and of course, subscribe. If you want to see some more iRacing action, I'm going to take my fat face out of the camera. Out of the shot, I mean. Because that is going to be better for your health. And for now, we see here Steve Owls, 37th floor. We're starting to see the pack getting a little closer. But you can see it's a massive difference between the top 5, a full second. And then things go downhill. But yeah, it looks like everybody's mostly on the 38, 37.
Yeah, I expect Neil Bywater to be in the low 137s, so I think Neil Bywater will be not far from Craig Holmes. I must say, Richard Colum's made an absolutely fantastic lap there, 137.2. Richard Colum, I don't think he's been that high up a grid, even in the previous group races. So this track must certainly suit some people. And the other person is Mr. Neve, 5th position with a 136.7. So again, he's running the Ferrari, and I think he's really worked out how to get that Ferrari working, because that 136.7 there is a fantastic lap time. Obviously, the Ferrari doesn't like the curbs, so he's got to be really careful on the curbs. But he seems to be doing some really good lap times in that. And Saunders has just abandoned his lap. So Rogers is currently 2/10 up at the moment, but that's not going to put him into the 135s. He's lost a 10th. But it looks like Rogers is coming up to the final sector of the track now. So it'll be interesting to see where Rogers comes out. He's 2/10 back up, so he could be pushing on the 135 door here. He's lost all his time through that sector. He's back up again now a little bit.
Yeah, he's making good. Make it happen now.
Once you get to this point, it's very difficult to make it up. You have to try and make it up on the inner track after this little straight and get your braking point right. You can gain, but it all depends on whether his previous laps he's been quicker there. He's got the car round, ever so slight bit of rotation there then by the looks of it. He's still not gaining. He's 1/10 up again, or he's teetering on being up actually. He's not going to get pole. I think that's pretty clear. He's 5/10 off pole. But I think what he's doing is he's solidifying second place here. Has he gone quicker? No, he hasn't.
15 thousandths of a second.
Very, very close indeed. So yeah, he's struggled with that one a little bit. Who else? So Richard has gone from being in a good position down into 8th now, but he is 2/10 up, Mr. Clum. But he's another one in a Ferrari actually. So 2 Ferraris showing very, very well here.
But you need to look up for Bywater. Bywater's starting to look really strong. And I think he's already going to get into those 36s. Here we go with him. The last corner in front of us, of course, completely flat.
I said 130. Yeah, I thought low 137s, but what's going on there?
No fuel! No, you gotta be joking me.
He was on a flying lap there, and it was a legal lap. So Mr. Periodic in the BMW, I don't know what happened there. He was on for a 136.6. He was on for fourth place.
Oh my God, what happened? That is so unfortunate. Hopefully it's nothing related to health. But that looked like he didn't have fuel.
Yeah, it's almost like he come around the last corner and he just underestimated it by a litre. He needed that litre bottle in the boot.
Wow, man. Oh, I want a bottle. Let me tell you that for sure. Let's go now. With my man, you know, Mark Pocock, Hugo Caballero. Vámonos, Hugo. Genio de Uruguay. Come on, tell him something in Spanish. Give him some love for Hugo. There you see him now approaching the last couple of corners.
Yes, indeed.
And I don't think he's going to be able to improve unless he gets a good exit out of here. It doesn't look bad at all. But he's dead even, so we are going to move.
Bywater's on his way out. Marco is 2/10 up in third place at the moment. So he's going for second place here. He's 3/10 up at the moment.
You can get him. Yep. Let's see. He's going to cross the line, Mark. That is a very good prediction indeed, and I think he has it on the pocket. He crosses the line and gets it.
And Jonathan Wood's 2/10 up as well, but that's not going to improve his position on the table.
Three now.
The gaps. Oh, 4/10. Oh,
careful. Yeah, a little slidey.
Yeah, I think the car got a bit loose, and he had to recover the car. Nurch is battling down in 14th at the moment. So, and Richard, I think, Richard's parked it up on the straight as well. So I don't know if there's a couple of cars running out of fuel here. Go, Juice.
I really got to tell you something. Traffic is really critical for qualifying in here. Right now, all of the drivers on their last attempts. There we see Jonathan Wood starting a new lap. Merch Bonov has spun and now goes into the pit lane. See if we can see exactly what happened. Yeah, he went on the grass. And unfortunately, that's going to be the end of that. And still, I see 10 people on the stream. I want to read you all. Come on, friends. Let us know how are you enjoying this race.
It's very quiet in the chat. I was half expecting quite a bit of interaction on the chat, but no, it seems to be dead.
You should have everybody talking. Yeah, come on, boys and girls. I want to reach out. There you see Don Queen. And just started a lap as well. 30 seconds remaining. Mr. Neil Pocock and Neil
Bywater's going to come over the start-finish line on his final lap with the time that's left. So Bywater, I'm on board with Bywater at the moment.
Yep.
There he goes. So this is Neil's lap. Now before he was nearly a second up. So if you can pull that out the hat, that'll put him fourth or fifth. But if you see the times with Jonathan Wood and Paolo Neves, 136.522, the pair of them. Identical lap times. That's going to be a cracking race between a few drivers, I think. I think you're going to have your work cut out on this one, mate.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, for now we have, if I'm not mistaken, 5 drivers from the 36s. And to be honest, it looks like Neil Bywater might be the 6th one to join. Oh, sorry, Steve Howells just got the 36 as well. So he might be the 7th. Welcome, Ruben, to the stream. Finally, somebody saying something. I love it. How are you doing? Hope you got your beer very cold, because we are going to have a tango. We're going to have a great race here at Indianapolis, United States of America. Here we go with Neil Bywater, 3/10 down on the 37.5. Can he get 2 more? That exit wasn't as good as he was hoping for. So now he needs to clutch it. Mark, we saw him lose time here. He needs to clutch this braking zone.
Yeah, but there's a man on a mission. The guy in P6 at the moment is 4/10 up, Mr. Howells in the Honda, and Neil is 4/10 up. So Neil's going to jump at the moment, possibly up 3 places if he can keep this together. And this is where he made a lot of time before.
Let's see.
137.1. So he's going to be 7th or 8th.
Yeah, 7th.
And he's made 7th. And Howells
He might be able to get with a Novaes. Whoa! He got them both.
So Steve Howells, again, another Honda. 3 Hondas in the top 4. That is not a coincidence.
That's destiny.
That's, well, you know, it's that is not a coincidence. That the fact that the Honda, to be honest, no one's been picking the Honda all season, apart from John Saunders started in the summer season. Previous to that, no one touched the Honda, and it seems to have come from obscurity to absolutely obliteration, and it just seems to be destroying everybody on every track. So I wonder if that's the next car to get bopped.
Well, my friends, now it is time for the race session to begin.
Yeah,
we're waiting.
Hi, Ruben. Nice to see the name again. Not seen you for a long time. I know you posted the other day in Discord, and as usual, hi, Nikos. Greetings to your lovely Greek island.
Oh, you gotta love Greece. Opa, Nikos, opa. Here we go. 2 minutes for this race to start, and you know what we're gonna do. You know it, I know it, and you love it, Mr. Pocock. What are we gonna do right now?
We're gonna do the grid walk.
Yes, indeed, and let's go right into it. I'm gonna do the top 15, and you want to do the rest?
Absolutely, sir.
Well, let's go, my brother. The man leading, Johnson, Marlboro. Then Losh Geraint with an incredible lap on P2. Then Rogers to finish off the podium. Then Howells, Wood, Novaes, Bywater and Holmes on the 4th line. Colombo and Hutcher for the top 10. Then Ollie Lindener, Richard McKay, Don Queen, Adam Rios, Merch Bonov. And then who do we have?
We have Daniel Britos, we have Mr. Ellis, Caballero, Stefan Buckley, Melvin Garland, Jeremy Arabas, Manuel Sousa, Mike Molesky, Kenny Schmidt, Bernard Heim, Peter LaFrance, James Parks, and coming down at the rear we have Mr. Brian Banks, and that's a full grid of 28 attendees, shall we say. Let's see how many are left at the end of the race.
Oh, hopefully more than 10. And there, ladies and gentlemen, you see the incredible speedway that it is in Indianapolis. Of course, the oval part of the track, the most known. Man, I'd love to see eSeniors on oval. Wow, I would lose my head if
It'd just be a passing fest, wouldn't it? Once you got in the toe of somebody, you'd just be like slingshotting, right?
It's the best thing in the world, man. Wow. And let me tell you, your team is starting to play now, so you're gonna have to get double duty, because we got the eSeniors in Liverpool. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna start this one out right now. 3, 2, 1, and the cars are gonna start rolling. Mark, any predictions before we go from the green light?
I think we're going to see Saunders disappear into the sunset. I don't know. Marco's proven really good on this track, so I've got to stick with Marco. Can Howells see Jonathan Wood off? I'm not too sure. My worry is the likes of Neves, Wood, and Howells may come together unnecessarily as a result of a car slipping and pushing too hard early on in the race. But I think first, second, and third, I'm going to go with Saunders, Losh Geraint, and Rogers.
Well, my friends, it is time for the green lights to come out for the last race of the Summer Championship. The man who's leading for now is John Saunders, the man who's going to cross the line first. Welcome, Mr. Ufthol, to the stream, my friends. It is time to go green. There you see everybody getting down into the straight part, the finish line right there for the drivers across. And you see the steward at the top, ready to go on the green. The green flags are out, and there you see everybody coming together. Look at the pack. Everybody too wide all over the board. There you saw Merch Bonov trying something for now. John Santos with a very good defense. Through turn 1, they're going to make it well. Or not, he goes a little too much on the grass. Look at Mark Rogers on the outside. What a move there from Mark Rogers. Let's go to the middle of the pack to see if somebody has crashed. For now, clean starting. I love that. And you can see as easy as that, Marco Losh Geraint losing many positions.
Craig Holmes has spun and has been contact.
Caballero.
And it's all kicked. I've counted at least 10 cars involved in incidents. So I'm just watching the replay now of Mr. Holmes just to see what happened.
We are right now on board with Ollie Lindener. Oh, Ollie got hit from behind, and then the spawn from Holmes, and then everything going down the hill. Jesus Christ, look at that. The pileup. Over 10 cars out. Colombo is out as well. Oh my God, Asap, the Caballero Malensky nearly coming into contact as well. Jesus Christ. Colombo trying to rejoin the track safely. Nearly side by side with Jeremiah Robles. It seems something's going to happen. It doesn't look like so. Oh my God. Pandemonium. We knew this was going to happen, Mark.
We did, and all that started, believe it or not, with a contact from Mr. Colombo on Holmes. So Holmes was on the outside, and Holmes turned the corner on the right, and I don't know whether he squeezed Colombo or not, but Colombo ended up tapping Holmes. Holmes ended up spinning and facing the wrong way, and then everybody avoiding caused chaos, and chaos ensued. So that's where that ended up, and as we can see, Jonathan Woods now got himself into second place.
And we saw Marco Loschgedein nearly having a big crash, hitting the wall at turn 1. Now he started on P2. Right now he finds himself on P7, and we are starting the gaps to we're starting to see the gaps opening. We're going now a little further down the back with James Park. So good to see him in the top 20, defending from Adam Rios as we speak. But yeah, and Bernard Heim out of the track. Careful with that rejoin made. Okay, on the outside. Oof. Indeed, bucking the pit lane. Oh yeah, Heim again. Out of the track. Man, things are getting tense.
It looks like Stephen Buckley's calling it a day. He's gone into the pits. He's parked up. He's not parked up in his pit stop. So I don't know if he's got technical issues or personal issues there, or whether he's going to carry on. But it does look like, from that perspective, in fact, I think he might have called it a day.
Wow! Sorry for cutting you off. Oh my God! What a move from Marco Loschgedein on the outside. Oh my God!
That was a brave move, that gutsy move against Paolo there, because Paolo is looking fast in that Ferrari. But as I've said, that Honda, it's obliterating everything. The speed he's gaining in that Honda on the straight, you know, and you could just tell Paolo knew at this point he was going to get caught. Paulo's tried to keep it narrow so he doesn't make contact and leave space, and Marco's just carried the speed through the corner, and he's been able to do it. Fantastic racing.
Incredible. What a move. And you see already Adam Rios now into P19, and he's looking for P18. Here we go. Side by side between himself and Mike Malesky. Rios. Rios is going to wait a little longer.
Yeah, Rios is one of them drivers that got caught up in the catastrophe early on. He tried to avoid somebody, but a car, I think, spun in front of him and ended up making contact. I don't know how much damage he's received, but he was certainly one of the cars that I would say is an innocent bystander and just got caught up in it. So hopefully his car's not damaged too much.
Indeed, hopefully it is not, but there you see Rios still trying his best. And there you see, let's move on with Mark Rogers, who's also closing in on Jonathan Wood. For now, it looks like 0.6 of a second, the gap. And we'll see how that evolves throughout the race. 5 minutes in already.
Yeah, I think the other thing as well, man, with this track, it kills the left front wheel. So I'm wondering, I mean, Rogers has raced this track all week, and he knows what it does to the tyres. And I'm wondering whether the likes of Rogers is going to be saving his tyres for the end of the race, knowing full well that if he can hold on to his tyres early on, they'll pay him back later on.
Indeed.
Because it will cut the front left up.
That is such an insider's perspective. Mark Pocock, I love you. That was perfect. You just hit it right there. Exactly, man. Exactly. You need to take care of the tires right now. 35 degrees. It's on the hot side here at Indianapolis. And as we were talking about it, the gaps are starting to open. And that worries me. And if you take a look at this, Mr. Saunders with a 3-second lead starting to fly away. But if we see a couple more incidents, we might already start getting to see lap cars, and that is gonna be a hell of a show.
And Hugo Caballero's off track.
Ay, caballero. Let's go with Hugo Caballero right now, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the grass, and he parks it.
Yeah, I'm just rewatching what's gone on there, because that doesn't quite make sense. He wasn't under threat from anybody. He's obviously got inputs because he's steering.
Yeah, and he stood on purpose on the grass for about 10 seconds. Very odd choice. But look at this. Look at this. Jonathan Wood right now being hunted down by Mark Rogers. We were talking about the Porsche being very powerful here at Indianapolis, and Rogers is making sure that we can see that. You don't want to miss with Thunderbird. Craig getting his missiles ready now. Come on, Nichols. I love it. And there you see the fight between these two happening. Merch Bonov already catching to Malcolm Hutchin. Man, Malcolm has also had a great start, and he's doing pretty well. We got a yellow flag, Caballero. Caballero has sent it into the disconnected.
He's pitted.
Yeah, he has disconnected.
No, he's not. He's gone to the pits. He's not yet disconnected, so I don't know if he's got some sort of problem.
Oh,
just back to Merch. At the start, Merch made up 5 places. He absolutely flew through the start grid, and he just stayed dead centre, and he just seemed to pass cars for fun. So Merch has made a lot of inroads quite early on, and as you can see now, he's putting a bit of pressure on Malcolm. But I'll tell you what, that Audi's quick in a straight line. You know, on that straight, that Audi will take some catching.
Yeah, indeed. But you can see Paul really taking good lines so far. There we go now into the back straight. Let's go now with Craig Holmes. We saw him spin around at the beginning of the race. Hopefully he can start getting some pace back and getting some moves done. Here you see him catching on Richard Columba as well as Bernheim.
Yeah, I think unless Craig's got damage, which I don't think he is, because even though he was hit, I actually think he managed to avoid the majority of the catastrophe, because it seemed to go on around him. So that car in front of him at the moment is the one that initially tapped him, Richard. Or I'm going to say where they come together rather than tapping him. And I think he's going to get the better of them. He's been very quick all week. We've got a yellow flag. We've got Peter LaFrance has gone off.
And he looks by himself too hard on the curb. You were talking about that curb. And that's exactly where Peter LaFrance has lost the car. Big Spain is back on track. He has lost, if I'm not mistaken, 2 positions.
He is indeed, yeah. And Craig is now really hunting down these guys. I think we're going to see Craig in the next couple of laps take these 2 guys. You can see under braking. Ooh, that's Melvin under braking. Very good there in the BMW. And Adam Rios is still playing with Mike Molesky. I'll keep an eye on that one. Keep on this battle for the moment, because actually Richard's looking racy against Bernard here as well. And just up the road, Jeremy is having a battle with Brian Banks.
And I love that. Let's take a look at that. Beforehand, we're going to stick with Columba, Heim, and Holmes, because it's looking very tight.
It is.
Look at Holmes. It's a little too wide. A little too eager.
Holmes wanting to stay on the oval there, I think.
Well, let me tell you, he would catch rapidly, yeah?
Absolutely, on the oval you would, yeah.
You will get P10 in just a second. There you see now, Richard Columba really pushing it.
That Ferrari was so quick through that sector, then the way it was gaining. But, you know, I think the Lexus suffers a little bit on turn, but it's got a great top end. But look at the run that Ferrari's got here. I do think the Ferrari had to drop the power there, though, because that corner, if you put the power on, you'll over-rotate into the wall. It'll just take you straight across, or you'll get yourself into a massive tank slapper. But that Ferrari's looking very, very racy, isn't it?
Indeed, it's looking good. Careful with that curve. Good stuff. And Nikos is telling us how many positions has my good friend Manuel Sosa gained. He has gained 8 positions. He started at P22. He finds himself right now, if I am not mistaken, my good friend Manuel Sosa into P14. There you have him. We need to go to P13 indeed, because Richard McKay has just made a move on Lee Ellis.
He has indeed.
And we're starting to see some fights, but on the back, on the front, the pace is determining everything.
So there's 2 drivers who have made fantastic starts. Kenny Schmidt has made 9 places, and James Parks has made 9 places.
Oh, yeah. What is happening here, for the love of God? Mileski.
Rios and Mileski there. So Rios was chasing Mileski. Yeah, I think he's gone. I'm just going to have
Let's see the replay.
What's gone on there. Yeah.
I saw Rios, if I'm not mistaken, diving on the inside a little too much. And I think he tried to slow down to give the position back, but that was too early to do so. Here you see Rios on the inside. Oh, that was
He's got
wide.
He's got that early, but he's gone off track. He's lost traction, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And he's realised he can't make an unsafe rejoin. So he's lost 2 places as a result of that.
Yeah,
and he went to avoid the other car and lost a further couple of places as well. So that's unfortunate for Mr. Rios, and he's now got Jeremy breathing down his back. In fact, we've now got a train of cars coming up. So Craig is now putting pressure on Colomb.
There you see the whole pack.
Yeah, and Garland is putting pressure on Thunderbird, Mr. Holmes.
Indeed, it's getting pretty tight here. And look at Craig Holmes. I think he might do the move now. Here we go. Nearly side by side. There you see Holmes is going to have to back it out. Let's see if we can try it again. The Thunderbird looking forward to get some positions back with that Bentley. I don't think it's going to be enough. Welcome, Wooly, to the stream. 37:50 on the clock. And then this fight is really getting interesting for now. The train being led by Richard Colombo, 2.5 in front of him is Bernard. You see Holmes.
He's not going to make it.
Wait, he's going to
make it.
That's not going to work. I thought for a second he was going to still commit to the outside line, eh?
He was getting a cracking tow, actually, and I thought if he carried on, he might have actually been able to send it. But I think he's thinking, I've already been damaged once, because you can see the side of his car is looking a mess.
For a second, he was looking like he was going to try it again. Look at how close these two are getting. Mr. Holmes trying to find the spot, trying to find the place. But he's not there. Maybe this is the time to do it. Bentley with the better traction out of the corner. Can he make it happen, Mr. Pocock?
Well, I was just looking at that. I mean, you can see Craig's trying a different angle and different exits and different entries into corners to try and give him the benefit. And now he's made the pass.
Yeah, still side by side.
Richard's got the inside line. They're going round together, and now Craig's got the inside line.
Wow.
And I think Craig has just managed to get it. And now Melvin's joined the party. So Melvin's got the invite. Car 222 is now chasing down 771. So I think we'll see Holmes start to pull away now. And Holmes is then going to hunt down Bernard Heim. And Bernard Heim is trying to...
Oh, my Lord, Colombo.
So, do you know when I said early on about getting the straights mixed up?
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens.
Colombo, Brian Banks. Nearly coming into contact. This is the straight where you can go a little faster. Let's go quickly with Sosa and Schmidt. Schmidt makes the move on Sosa. And Los Gedine and Steve Howells also side by side. Gedine gets the P5. Man, and Adam Rios and Peter LaFrance as well. Wow. It's getting tight.
Yeah, that straight, it's very easy for you to misjudge where you are. And you're on the short straight or the long straight. And I think in that respect, Richard thought he was on the long straight, and he just got his braking point completely wrong. McKay's closing down on Britos as well. So Richard McKay is hunting down Britos. But as we know, Danny's a very difficult person to pass. And in fact, Richard just made a mistake, and he's allowing Lee Ellis back in now because he got the corner wrong. And Lee Ellis is now hunting the fellow Audi.
And you know why it's so easy to confuse the straight? Because the two corners behind him are the exact same, are identical. It's just like...
Yeah, I think your sound's gone one, so I'll carry on. So you can see Rogers caught up Wood now. So is this where Rogers, 34 minutes left to go, has managed to keep his tyres? And consequently, he's now starting to gain. And we can see there, Bernard's off. There's been contact, Bernard and Holmes. So what's gone on there? So it looks like Bernard Heim. Holmes has gone to make the pass.
Hello?
Oh, you're back again.
Oh, it is my microphone died. Bernard Heim waiting for Holmes to make it by. Indeed, there was contact there.
Oh, you can see actually Bernard's car's drifted.
La France also out of the track.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Wait,
there's a
Peter,
couple of incidents going on.
Peter going for the oval part. And now he goes back into the track. And now Rios and Parks. Man, James Parks on P17, dude. I am a fan of this boy.
Well, he never gives up, does he?
Yeah.
You know, he'll probably admit he knows he's not the fastest guy on the track. But he's like Brian Banks. He's there week in, week out. And, you know, James just seems to be making headway in a positive way every single race. And I think seeing him race at the moment in P17, evidently he must know the track really well, because that's the key thing. You can see Adam Rios has just gone wide there. And he wants to be careful, Adam, because if he gets that wrong, he's into the wall. And I just think, I hope James has got enough to keep him at bay there. But back at the front, Mark Rogers is right up the jacksie of Jonathan Wood again.
So
they seem to be within half a second, these two now. So I think this is, and Neil Bywater's closing in as well.
And also, Loshgrain is starting to catch in as well. So
yeah,
this might become a 4-man bout. 33 on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to get spicy. Here we go. Through the long hairpin. And now into the first straight. The back straight it is indeed. There is good traction from the Porsche. Ready to go now with Richard McKay and Daniel Brito. Vámonos, Britos. Vámonos, McKay. Close racing. Yellow flag.
Yeah, we've had contact. No, but Brian Banks and Columba have made contact as well.
And only behind because of the contact. Tried to correct the car, and unfortunately, he lost it as well. Oh, it's unfortunate for the Aussie. Let's go now with Rios and Parks again. These two really getting close to one another. And I'm sure James Parks does not want it to go that way. He wants to pull away as fast as possible. But Rios is not giving up.
Yeah, I think Rios is quite a new guy. I still think he's learning quite a lot about the game. And I think consequently, he's started to learn about other drivers, and he's working out where he's quicker than James. I mean, he's made that pass work, to be fair, and it was clean. James hasn't defended because obviously James doesn't want to make contact. So I think we'll see Adam now disappear and start hunting down Mike, who's 3 seconds further. But Richard McKay is really putting pressure on Danny Britos now as well.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. There you see. Can the Audi make it before the corner? I don't think so.
What I will say is the McLaren's quick on the straight here.
Definitely, yeah.
But under braking, look at the Audi. Fantastic. He's stuck to him there now.
What a lovely car the Audi is. Really OP before the last BOP. And
he's got the speed. He's got the speed here as well, hasn't he, Richard? You can see he's definitely got the pace on the McLaren. But as we know, Danny Britos is one of the hardest guys to pass.
Yeah, he's a wall. There's no way you're getting past Britos. Let me tell you, and I think that is one of the most, one of the things you have to commend him for. He defends so hard yet so clean, and that's the thing. That's why he's so good. He just makes it so effortlessly and so clean. There you see, leaving the space. But McKay, that got tight. That got tight. I don't think
could have made that,
Yeah, I think it was scary, to be honest, because he could have made it happen. Look at quickly at Wood and Rogers again.
Yeah, he's a tenth close. He's a 10th close to this, but again, he's not going to. That Porsche on the straight, the McLaren was eating it for fun, and you can see I think Jonathan's just got the better of him on the straight here. So I don't know how much downforce Mark Rogers is running. I know Derek Bird was running full downforce the other day, and maybe it needed it for this sector of the track. But that does mean on a straight you will get punished. But Roger, I will say, looking at Jonathan's car there, it looks like he's starting to get loose, as if his tyres are starting to wear.
Yeah. You can see now, really getting close. Of course, it's the corners where the Porsches are going to close in. But it looks like Rogers is the faster of the two. He just cannot find the exact moment to make a move. Maybe this is the time, because it's really close right now.
Yeah, he won't make the pass here. I think what he's going to get, he's going to get Jonathan coming out of a corner where Jonathan's not got traction. Because I know the Porsche's got great traction. and you can see that Jonathan's car's twitching a little bit more. So I think his tyres have possibly just overheated a little bit. He was telling me before that halfway through the race earlier on, his tyres were starting to get really hot, and he was starting to lose grip at the front. So I'm just wondering whether we're starting to see that transpire again. I did think he opened the ducts to help a little bit, but opening the ducts doesn't make that big a difference. Yes, it'll cool things down.
Oh my God. Sorry for interrupting you. There's a lot of debris on the track.
Yeah, someone's took out the usual billboard. That's been took out every day this week, that.
I've never seen so many billboards broken. We have another man in the pit lane that is only linear.
Yeah, and I wonder whether he's... And Lee Ellis is making a pass.
Look at that.
Richard McKay.
Easy.
He got a better drive. He got a much better drive coming out of the corner. But he's overshot it. He overshot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the
Look
corner.
Oh,
has he got the corner?
Oh, Lee Ellis has the better exit.
Yeah, it's that straight again that people think it goes on and they realise, oh no, I should be braking here. It's not a 500 marker, it's a 300 marker. Now Rogers has backed off a little bit, so that battle's gone back to bed a little bit now, so we'll keep an eye. Yeah, he's definitely suffering under braking, Lee Ellis, compared to Richard.
We still stay with Ellis and McKay for now.
Rios again is still putting pressure on Mike Molesky. He's quite crazy. He's quite close on the straight, but again, he's getting a braking point really late coming out that corner. He's off the short straight. It's like he's missing his braking point consistently, so he gains and then loses at everything he gains.
You can see the exit. McKay. Really slidey there on exit. And man, the gaps are starting to open. John Saunders is on rocket. Can I curse today as it's the last race?
Yeah, he's. His fastest lap time is nearly a second faster than anybody else. And
he's already with lap cars.
Yeah, and his last lap time was 2/10 quicker than Jonathan Wood and Mark Rogers. So the next person fastest on track actually is Neil Bywater, and Neil Bywater's now caught up to Mark Rogers.
I have a question. Since this is the last race of the Summer Championship, do I have the power to cuss?
Within reason.
Couple words to stream?
Within reason, yes.
Within reason, John Saunders is an absolute fucking rocket. Unbelievable, man. The fact that he is already 8 seconds and a half, of course, we cannot talk too quickly because we know how traffic is. And we know what has happened to John Saunders more than once. We have a yellow flag. Richard Colombo, I think, with a little bit of a spin. Let's take a quick replay on it. Let's see what happened. Oh, no. There was contact between himself and the BMW of Melvin Garland. But as I was saying, we saw what happened at Laguna Seca. We saw what happened at many more races with Saunders in traffic. Things did not work out for him, hopefully. This time around, it will be different.
And I think Jeremy keeps saying this in the pre-race meetings about if you see the blue flags, respect the driver, cannot be fast behind you, who's obviously going to be faster. And it's some drivers are brilliant at it. Some will move over and give you plenty of warning. Some other drivers seem to think, I've got the next corner, and then you're there. They think they can, outbeat you really. And Marco has caught up Neil Bywater. So Marco's right up the rear of the BMW and Neil Bywater now.
Yeah. I told you this was going to become a four-man bout, and I love it. Let me read what Stephen Buckley just said. eSeniors where SA goes to die.
Yeah, I think he's referring to that incident in the first corner.
Indeed. It is very unfortunate.
There was contact. Yeah, I think he obviously lost out on that because we know he headed to the pits more or less straight away.
Yeah, but let's be honest, that is not just the eSeniors, eh? Myself, being a commentator in many communities, it's always the same on the beginning, and it doesn't depend on everybody. It's just one person making the mistake. Everybody else behind him is going to pay for it, which is a shame. But that's racing at the end, sometimes things go well, sometimes things do not go your way. We are here with Marco Loshkedine, closing in on Neil Bywater. The four-man train building up.
Just a bit of information for further back. Rios has managed to pass Molesky and is now hunting Sousa down. And James Parks was putting pressure on Jeremy. So I'll keep an eye on what's going on, but obviously keep the focus on the front because Rogers is now very close to Jonathan Wood there.
And yeah, Rogers and Wood getting close. Welcome Ollie to the stream. Lost connection. Oh, that's what happened. Oh man, that's so unfortunate. Look at Rogers. Good run up. Still not gonna be enough. We have hit halfway point.
The Porsche isn't quick enough in a straight line.
Yeah, indeed.
Unfortunately.
Stefan, I'm back in the juniors. Let's go quickly with Mr. James Parks. He was trying something on Jeremy Arrobas. It didn't work out. Arrobas makes the move. Parks goes down into P19 and behind him Melvin Garland. Let's see how that goes. And yeah, as we were saying before, gap starting to open. The front is now slowly getting tighter. We're going to check on the leader on John Saunders for a second, because if you see here on the track map, he's starting to catch a lot of traffic, and I'm sure he's not going to be too happy about that with his previous experiences. Let's move with Booty Boy, with Jonathan Wood, the man who's going to claim this summer championship title. And he's having a very good drive here, leading this pack from Rogers, Bywater, and Los Gadine, who's really getting close to Neil Bywater now. Here we go into the penultimate straight of the track.
So he got a good run here.
Look at that, the Honda so fast.
Yeah, it's the next straight he needs to have it close.
Yeah, let's see if he can make it happen. Let's see if he can close the apex.
Saunders has passed the first one, which is Peter LaFrance. So Saunders has now got a good gap to the next car. So the panic will be over for John there.
Well, there you see, Napcar's now getting out of the way. Los Gadine. Yep. And it's a Pocock. Who do you think is going to end up on the podium? Let me know. What do you think?
Well, I still think Saunders is looking good. I think Rogers, I mean, they're the two names I mentioned at the beginning, but Gadine's just gone off there. Losh Gadine's just gone off a little bit wide. I think I had him down as being second place. So I think it's going to be Jono or Neil. Jono's looking good at the moment, but it only takes his tyres to go belly up and he'll become a slaughter to the animals. The interesting thing is Neil's, who's also in the BMW, Neil Bywater, has he managed to keep his tyres? Because again, that could be telling towards the end. Neil's pulling back a little bit here. He's losing a bit of ground now on Mark Rogers, but yet Mark Rogers is still putting the pressure on Jonathan. So I think Mark has got the better of the tyres at the moment. And if I look at the cars in their raw nature and how they're going on track, I think Rogers' package is better than Jonathan's package at the moment. And Jonathan will be pushing and pushing and pushing to stay in front. He actually doesn't need to, but the racing nature is, I'm going to push, because really he could be looking after his tyres and say, you know what, it doesn't matter if Rogers wins, I just want to win the championship. But I suppose because he's got this safety net behind him, he's thinking, well, sod it, I'm going to race. I think that's what he's doing.
And I love it. Marcus dive on Craig, and thus it began. Indeed, that was the incident at the beginning of the race. And there you see Mark Rogers getting close. Did not find that extra speed burning high. Letting some.
I thought it was Richard Colomb in the Ferrari on the inside caught Craig. Craig ended up spinning. That's how I looked at it. But I could have had the wrong car. But it was definitely a red Ferrari that caused a tap with Craig and sent Craig spinning. So I think you got caught up in that if I read it correctly at the time.
There you see. Whoa, Sosa, that's not the way to park it.
So this is Sousa and Rios.
Indeed, it's
Rios
Sosa
has made the pass, but I don't know what happened because it looked like So I wonder if there was a braking point issue there and there was a misjudgment on brakes. I don't know. Yeah, misjudgments on brakes. He's ever so slight touch there.
Look at Sosa.
Yeah,
look at Sosa. He's getting now a run on Meleskin.
And there's been another incident between Banks and Holmes at the back. Holmes is not making headway now. He's struggling a little bit, Holmes. I don't know if it's just a love tap, but Peter LaFrance has gone off as well. He's spun. In fact, Peter LaFrance is on the wrong side of the track. Where the hell's he gone? Can't even work out where Peter LaFrance is here.
Yeah,
he's on the straight.
He was just behind.
He's on the straight. He's gone straight off and trying to carry on the oval. And he's working out. He's obviously thinking, oh, there's a road down here, and he carries on down towards where the oval goes, then realises the barrier, so has to turn it round.
Oh, yeah, good stuff right there.
He's lost all them places as a result of that, and Holmes has now passed Brian Banks. Yeah, he's made the pass there as Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, James Sparks loses to Melvin.
He does indeed. And there's action.
Marco,
yeah. He's got a good run there.
Oh my God. For a second, it looked like he was going to try it on the corner itself. Now. He's going to stay behind, right?
Yeah, you won't get the traction coming out of that corner without causing the car to spin. If you've got a great setup, that would be fantastic, because that corner, you've got to fettle the accelerator till you feel the car straighten up. Yeah, Neil's really lost ground on the guys in front now, so I think the BMW's tyres have had enough, because he's lost he's 2.3 seconds, 2.5 seconds away from Rogers now, when you consider he was fighting Rogers earlier on.
Look at how close he's getting.
Yeah, I think the BMW's tyres have decided to call it a day.
Yeah, and he still has 17 minutes, so he needs to try to procure the life of those tires. Indeed, and next week is fun events, because this is the end of the season. Summer Championship is done after these last 17 minutes. What a ride, eh? What a lovely championship as usual here at the eSeniors. I gave the news on the pre-race meeting, but I'll do it also here on YouTube. Well, before we're going to check out what happened to Adam Rios. Did he lose it by himself? Oh, too early on the power. What's a big hit on the wall.
Oh, yeah, that's a visit to the good old pits, that. He's met and shook hands with Mr. Barry. I reckon his steering's gone there.
Yeah, look at that. He cannot even keep it straight.
Yeah, his steering wheel's fine, to be fair. Oh. But his car's damaged. Yeah, he's definitely damaged his car there.
Yeah, it's not looking too good. But basically, no one driving a Jag. Oh man, I don't want to see anybody torture themselves with a Jaguar. Hey, Mark Polk is going to drive the Jaguar next season, right?
I'm not. No, definitely not Jurgen. not driving that Jag. We had a bit of a fun race actually, Jurgen, where we had the aliens in the Jag at Spa, I think it was. And that was hilarious, because even the aliens couldn't get the Jag to go well, apart from one or two. The Jag just doesn't want to go anywhere. So it was quite interesting watching the aliens try and catch the non-aliens, but the aliens had to drive the Jag. So it ended up being two races, Jags versus the other cars.
And you think about it, and Jaguar, what an amazing brand back in the day. But it has gone worse and worse throughout the years. It's a shame. But yeah, right now, Jaguar in competition, in competitive racing, they are done for. There you see Rogers and Wood going at it. And as I was going to say, my friends, next season, I am very sorry. You are going to have me on the commentary booth again. So my apologies for you having to suffer as Spaniard for another whole season. I'm sure Mark is not happy about that either.
Well, I can't stream every race. I do like racing.
So just have me as a toy, you know? As a toy, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, so lovely, Mark. I'm about to cry.
I think Jono's holding on here for 14 minutes. Is he going to do it? Because Rogers seems to gain, and Neil Bywater's come back into it. So I wonder whether the BMWs are going through phases with the tyres. and they end up having to release a couple of laps to get the tyres back, and then they can push again, because it's like an elastic band with Bywater and that. You can see Bywater's gaining, then losing, then gaining, then losing. And Marco's stuck with Neil, though, to be fair.
There you see Archer's good traction. Merc is nice and kicks butt in real life championships. Indeed. Mercedes right now, really good GT3. And let me tell you, look at Mosgadain again, the 4-man pack building.
Yeah, but he's pushing it too far. He's taking it off track. He's riding the curbs and taking it beyond the curbs. You can see his car's becoming unstable and he's losing momentum.
Ooh, lap car, Lap car in the middle. Can he move it on the way? Oh no, he's going to slow. Neil Bob down through the whole corner. This is going to help Mosgadain. I think he's going to be able to make it through.
And Adam Rios has got a stop-and-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
That's a race killer.
Well, yeah, that's race over. So this battle at the front's fantastic. You can see it on the straight. And obviously the back marker's coming into play as well. As they start catching them up one at a time, just to see who's going to gain and who's going to lose.
Oh, James Sparks. I just saw yellow flag from. Okay, he's back on track.
Yeah, I think he was going out. I think he's very close to Richard, and Craig's very close. So I don't know if he made a bit of a mistake there. And obviously it just showed him going off track a little bit.
Still a very good performance from him, man. You got to give him props.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, James Parks, as I said, he's usually towards the end, or if he's not retired at this point, and he's actually still going, you know. And I hope he, you know, when he finishes racing, he gets the tin, he opens the tin, he enjoys it, because it's been a good showing for him, to be honest. And Melvin's past Jeremy. Yeah, your sound's gone very quiet, man.
And hello.
Oh, you're back again.
Am I back? Indeed, well, there you saw Colomba was looking left and right, trying to find the gap on Jeremy. Jeremy's going to try the dive. No.
And Jeremy's car's looking as battered as Melvin's and Richard's. It looks like they've been playing Destruction Derby rather than GT3 racing, to be honest.
It looks like a wreckfest race, let me tell you.
It does, yeah. I think and Peter LaFrance has recorded contact with somebody else as well. And Adam's going back into the pit serving his stop and go. Lee Ellis has made contact with someone, but it's not recording who it was with. And you can see there Mark Rogers is putting pressure back on Jono again. So he can't seem to get close enough to make the pass. So he's looking for Jono to make a mistake. Now, I've obviously raced with Jono now and a couple of these guys for a number of seasons. And, you know, me and Jono have had history, but it's water under the bridge. And there'd have been a time where Jono would defend. I'm going to say aggressively. He's still aggressive, I'd say, but he's eased off now. He's more passive aggressive. But when he's in front, he's very, very hard to pass. But not only that, when he's under pressure, he makes fewer mistakes. You can be behind a driver putting pressure on them, and you'll force them into a mistake. And I've done it with many drivers, and they've done it to me. But one person you'll struggle to get to do it is Jonathan. He just doesn't seem to crack under pressure at all, and it seems to just drive him forward.
I think he never looks behind. Colomba has finally made the move on Jeremy Arroba. So look at this. Craig Holmes is looking forward to do so as well. But that's something about Wood, that he doesn't seem to look behind. He just looks in the front, and he just feels fearless when it comes to people behind him pushing. And you know, and giving him pressure. Arrobas! Nearly on the
gone
track
wide there.
Yeah. Oh, look at Losgadain. Really close.
Yeah. And look at Neil Bywater got it really deep there into the corner. And Losgadain's gained a lot there, but Losgadain got it quite deep as well. So I still think this battle of 5 at the front, with 10 minutes to go, is anybody's. But John Saunders is 7 seconds. He's eased off, John. He's eased off. I think he's thinking about his tyres, because he was 8 seconds clear before. He's now down to 7. Either that or he's got the wrong fuel and he's having to fuel save, but I'll be very surprised if that's the case, as we've run this track all week, as I said. Again, that Honda coming out of that corner is looking quite quick compared to the BMW. And Neil's gone very defensive now, hasn't he?
Let's see. Oh, good eye on the outside. Nah, that would have been insane, eh? That would have been insane.
That was never going to stick, but he definitely's gone defensive, Neil. I think Neil knows what's coming.
That's going to cost him,
if he gets on the straight, yeah. I think if he's close enough on the straight, Marco, he'll get that BMW on the straight, because it's just too quick in a straight line.
I think
You can see the speed difference there.
Look at that, look at that. He's catching. I think he's gonna have to wait for the finish line straight.
He is, yeah.
9:25 on the clock. And man,
He's,
this is so tense. Let's see the exit. Oh, it's bad. It is bad for Gedine.
Yeah, I say he's trying to ride the curbs too much, or he's putting the car into the wrong corner. But I think the back marker. I mean, Jeremy got out of the way there, which is fair dues to Jeremy. But you've always got that vision that there's a back marker, and you're trying to work out where they're going to go. And sometimes, if you see them too early, it plays on your mind, and you're almost like half tempted with the accelerator versus the brakes.
Well, there you see Colomba trying to catch him. Marvin Garland. Jesus, my English. Melvin Garland would a full second clear of Mark Rogers, but he rapidly catches on the corners. We had a yellow flag, and that was Peter LaFrance on the wall, and I think that is an old trip to the pit lane, and indeed it is.
Yeah, he's going to have to go to the pit. He's gone to the pits there because I think he's just damaged his car too much. And there is a few cars with damage, and you can see they're just there for the taking at the moment. Melvin's putting pressure on Mike. And he's passed him. And so's Richard.
Wow, boom. Look at that now, Colomba. Oh! Colomba Maletsky, and now Craig Holmes is going to try to slide in, and indeed he does.
Do you know Richard's car reminds me of Days of Thunder when he goes round and says, "Oh look, a panel that's not been damaged," and he kicks it. I think Richard's making sure he's hit every single panel on that car.
Look at how close they are. The traffic in the middle. For the love of God. Oh my God, a 3-1. Nearly through the corner, for the love of Christ. Now get up with a very good exit.
This is where he needs it. This is where he needs it.
Indeed, here we go.
Yeah, no. The BMW just seemed to get going there in the corner.
No, he doesn't.
He's not going to do it. That was his opportunity, I feel. I thought he had the really good run there, but he's not been able to do it.
No, man, that was looking so promising, yeah?
It was, and now they've got Craig Holmes, who's typically a Group 1 racer, who's going to have to give in to two guys he should be racing with up the front. So, you know, that'll hurt. It's like, you know, it's like Verstappen passing Hamilton. Hamilton had hurt and feel it, thinking, God, I've been passed by, you know, someone I should be racing with up front. But Marco's not giving up, is he? 6 minutes to go. He's not giving up.
There you see now the lap car's getting out of the way. And there you see Gedine in Bywater.
Yeah.
What a great shot this is. Colomba in the middle.
Yeah, this is going to get tasty, this. Colomba's not going to want to lose space to Melvin. And you can see he's blocking in that corner. Neil's going to have to put the brakes on there. And is it going to give Marco another good run here? Because them two guys have been going much quicker through that corner. Luckily, this is the short straight.
Oh, Rogers on the grass. Bywater and Gedine are going to catch rapidly. Oh, my Lord. This is getting so tense. The four-man pack is here. Let's go on board with Marco. Los Gedine, the men at the back of it. The Honda cannot catch.
It just can't. Coming out of that last corner, that BMW just seems to have, I wonder if it's the new gearing on it, just seems to have the grunt. I mean, on the straight, the Honda's quicker.
No way. Ooh. For a second, it looked like Bywater was going to try and move there. You see Melvin Garland getting in the way.
He's not getting in the way. He's kept himself on the inside there. He had nowhere to go. He couldn't move across the track because the cars were there. You know, don't forget, it's got to be the passer that's got to make the move.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, Melvin had made his mind up where he was going to sit, and they have to make a judgment call about going around him.
Yeah,
he did indeed.
Well, there's 5 minutes remaining, ladies and gentlemen. For now, Saunders leading 5 seconds in front of Jonathan Wood. Mark Rogers behind him. Bywater and Gedine for the top 5.
Woods took 5 seconds out of Saunders almost.
Yeah, but I think Saunders having some sort of issue.
I'm not sure. I don't know if he's just saving his tyres. He knows he's done. He's only got 4 minutes to race. He's only got basically 3 laps to go, hasn't he? So I think from that perspective, he's probably just sitting there thinking, well, he's not going to catch me.
Oh, yeah, that is a good perspective, and that might be it indeed. And I think, yeah, we're going to have 3 more laps to go. John catching John, indeed. But the gaps are opening the rest of the track. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be our antepenultimate lap of the season. And let's see how this ends up. There you see some snap. Going to turn 1. Another second, that is Manuel Souza behind him. Let's go with the 4-man pack. Oh, yeah, get on.
Yeah, Godin got very, he was very close there and had to back out because I think he broke late there. But Neil's not giving up on Rogers here, you know. Neil wants that 3rd place. He wants that step on the podium, does Neil?
Indeed. And let me tell you that this is going to go down to the wire. 3:32 on the clock. My God.
So go on. Who do you think, without cheating, Juan, which drivers made the most positions moving forward?
So I would say, man, that's hard. I'd say Kenny Smith. I'd say Murch, sorry,
no.
because
No,
he was really struggling.
Kenny started in 24th and is now 14th. He's made 10 places. Murch has made 7.
Yeah.
Sousa's made 7.
Sousa.
Yeah. Parks and Banks have made 6 each. And then we got Britos and Ellis who have made 5 each. So there's quite a few drivers making a lot of places forward. Bywater's made 3 places, as has Jonathan Wood. So
yeah,
the big losers actually is Losh Godin, Howells and Neve, who were obviously within the top. We're all in the top 3 earlier on, top 4 earlier on. So they're big losses. And Sousa's going slow because there's a car passing him, so that's fine.
Yeah, there you see the 3-man pack now because Godin has dropped back. This is the penultimate lap.
Yeah, and Bywater's very close to Rogers, isn't he? He's still thinking about it's possible. Last but 1 lap. I think we'll get another lap out of it, won't we?
Indeed. Let's see if we can make it happen.
Yeah, because Saunders is... Well, Rogers is close to a Wood now. Rogers is right up Wood's hose pipe, exhaust pipe.
Let's see how this goes. Here we go. Rogers with a very good exit, catching on Jonathan Wood. Saunders now keeping that 5-second gap.
I think Marco's out of this battle now. Yeah, I think Marco's out with it. Ooh, Rogers there with a very late break. And it's allowed Neil to really gain. Now we know that BMW's got some punch coming out the corners, so this could be interesting. And look, Marco's back in it again now. So one mistake from one driver, and the concertina's just there for everybody else.
You just nailed it again. There you see, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into the last lap. Look at how close these 3 are getting. Jonathan Wood now starting to pull off a little bit. And indeed, we enter now the last lap. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stay too much longer after the checker flag is crossed by the leader. But hey, it's going to be 31 laps to top it off. 50 seconds remaining. The white flag is going to be out. There you see Bywater looking left and right, trying to find the gap. It there is not there.
Definitely had the pace though. He's definitely got the pace in that BMW over the Porsche. That Porsche has not got any top end at all on the straight. That could be the Porsche's Achilles heel this season. On the straights. It looks like it's for the taking on the straights, that Porsche.
Well, the $1 million question, Mr. Pocock. Who is in the podium? Who is going to end it? I'm going to say it's going to stay as it is. Saunders, Wood, Rogers.
Yeah, I think it's too late in the race now for a change to occur. I think it's going to be Saunders. Jonathan Wood will claim 2nd place, and Rogers will claim 3rd place. I do believe that, based on the points Murch has got, I still could be 2nd in the championship for not even racing.
Okay, that's a hell of an achievement then.
So I've missed 2 races and still finished potentially 2nd. I'll take that.
Fantastic. Oh, you're really getting close. And let me tell you, the white is out, so the checker is gonna be crossed now. by the man who has led every single lap from the beginning. Look at how close these four are getting. Get out with an incredible exit. There you see something's gonna get it. Oh, he was trying for the move. Oh, he has to smash the brakes. It's not gonna happen at the end. Ladies and gentlemen, Saunders wins the race. Wood wins the championship. And Rogers finishes up in third. Bauer on fourth. Goodnight on fifth. And now the rest of the drivers are going to be crossing the line. Mr. Pocock, what an absolute exceptional season we have had. And I cannot wait for the next one to come.
Well, I think the level of racing from previous seasons, it just seems to be getting better and better and better. And I think someone said the Nikos driver of the day. I've got to agree with that, Neil Bywater, driver of the day there. From where he started, now he's battled and where he ended up at the end. And there's Jono celebrating with his donuts.
Well, my friend,
really good race. Cheers for that, man.
Thank you very much, everybody, for another great season. Mark, thank you very much for trusting me to do this, my friends. We're going to have to go. Thank you kindly, and we'll see you next time around.